am a god among gamers.
Are you now?
Well, at least among the game journalists.
Oh, anyone can beat a game journalist.
Yeah.
They don't even know how to press the start button.
Yeah, but no, seriously, I feel like a god right now. Because not only did I beat Kingdom Hearts 3 on critical mode, using the mode that was the worst for that mode, I chose the magic build instead of strength build for it.
Okay.
So I had lower health and lower attack power.
You were basically facing shots across the board. I saw the Discord chat.
Yeah.
Dude!
But yeah, I beat Kingdom Hearts 3 on critical mode, and then I proceeded to beat New Game Plus Sekiro.
So you finally did beat Ishin.
Yes, I beat Ishin again. By running like a bitch.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Run away!
Hello everyone, we are the Stardust Hunters, and welcome to the Shooting Starcast, episode 14.
Yes.
There are 4 of us here.
Yep, I am Rado,
I am Leo.
I am Legend.
and with us from Alaska is our good friend...
Woozy.
Hello. Awesome. So, why don't we start getting to the nitty gritty? Muzi, how was your week? Since we haven't had you on the show in a while.
Been dealing with me being sick, my mom being sick, me being sick again, dental issues on both people, and then the dog.
Oh, no.
Even the dog has dental issues.
Yep.
She went in and got a tooth pulled yesterday, and as they were cleaning the others, about 12 more fell out.
You're talking about the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, shit. Where'd the dog go?
she still has plenty left to chew with, but her mouth's going to be sore for quite a while.
Oh, I bet.
Nothing but
But
pros.
for her breed and her age, they're amazed that her teeth have held on this long,
Ah.
because she's 11 and a dachshund.
So it's a tiny little wiener.
Yeah, small breeds are notorious for eventually
saying
having
anything.
bad teeth.
I'm looking at you
Legend's
here,
giving me a dirty look.
I can feel the jokes incoming.
I'm not that immature.
Sorry, music.
But
I'm still dealing with dental pain, so it's like, yay, I get to call the dentist again.
So
Yay.
that's kind of where you're a little like keeping it on the down low. Not talking too low.
It's just more like I've been dealing with this same irritation since like before November, and we still can't figure out why.
Right.
Okay.
So if it's not one thing, it's another.
Yeah.
So, what have you been playing in the interim?
Beat God of War again. They need to give us a sequel, damn it.
We
Because
really
that
should
would
do
involve,
for Let's Play.
You know, Thor and Ragnarok.
That would be
You
a
know,
good one, I think.
we need that.
Noise.
So Mosey, would you enjoy us playing God of War for Let's Play?
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be hilarious.
Especially the cussing if you take on the Valkyries.
Hey, I've beaten them.
Fair enough.
How long did it take you?
I don't
A
remember.
while, and the cussing was plentiful.
Yes, I do recall that much. I think we were there when you beat them.
Possibly.
All of our ears got blown out.
Oh yeah, I did beat the Valkyrie Queen on Discord chat, and
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we might try that.
Anything else?
Been playing the Ace Attorney trilogy on my Switch.
Oh, yes, and you did
Again.
link me to a translated version that was being played by one fellow.
Yeah, one of the games we didn't get over here. It's
Yes.
essentially Phoenix's ancestor.
Yes, that one in the Meiji era.
Yeah.
So, a group fan translated it, so at least I actually get to see it
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
and understand what's going on.
I still haven't checked out like the fan translation of Edgeworth Investigations 2.
That one's quite interesting, I must
Remind
say.
me to link you to the playlist of the person that I watched.
Yeah, we
because
probably.
you'd enjoy his. He's hilarious.
Yeah, we'll make sure to get that to remember that after we're done here.
Yeah. Again, Ace Attorney trilogy. We might need to do that for a Let's Play.
Okay, so
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I know I've beaten most of one. I haven't done Rise from the Ashes, which is the EX story that's at the end of the main game
In the DS version.
in the DS version, and I've done.
And
a
any
bit of
version
the
after
second-
that, they just included it.
You've
You
done
mean-
half of 2.
and I've done about half of 2, if I
So-
remember properly.
Just to clarify, you didn't do Mission 5.
No, I did Mission 5, but there's an EX mission.
No, that is Mission 5.
Oh,
That is, yeah, Mission 5 is the extra one.
Okay,
Yeah, he only got halfway through Rise from the Ashes because that thing is a slog and a half.
yes.
It's not a bad story, it's just kind of long.
Yes, it is.
I actually got hung up on a few spots and I ended up dying a few times because I never had a guide back then.
I beat the 5th mission of Phoenix Wright 1.
How? Oh, I have 2.
You know then. Holy...
I have beaten all of the games that we have over here.
Woo!
Hmm.
I'm just remembering...
But I've been playing them since the beginning, too, so...
Are you remembering the breakdown?
There were many on the way through.
Not just in the game. In
Oh,
real
yeah.
life.
Oh yeah, that last mission was cryptic as fuck in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a guide for that mission.
Oh no! We're gonna play through and fuck up because that would be far more entertaining.
Yeah, he's right. Plus, at least for the first ones, we both know what we're doing somewhat.
The somewhat is what makes it fun.
Yes. And so then 2 and 3 will be more or less blind.
What I'm kind of wishing is that they had like Apollo Justice as well.
Nah.
Why not? That would have like
Nah.
fuck you. It had like the best final chapter.
Because Capcom hears you and it's just like, nah, fam.
Oh, fuck off. All right, Moosey. Anything else on your end?
Picked up 10-10-2 for my Switch. Got talked into trying Days Gone. It's like a mixture of games. And you wouldn't think it would be entertaining, but it is.
Huh?
And a lot of the review things are going, oh, it's really repetitive. No, actually, it's not.
Yeah, I've seen...
The only spots in it that are slightly repetitive are the same type of things you do in other games, like when you're looking for collectibles, or say, one of the things in the game is you're taking out nests of the, I'll just call them zombies in the game. It's similar to where you're going and you're like destroying similar things in another game,
Oh, right. Aren't the zombies
but that's
called
not the bulk of
freakers?
the game.
Yes, that is their technical term. I saw Gerard's review of it, and it's more of that. It looks like the pacing suffers in that it takes too long to get to the new thing.
Actually, the pacing goes however you want it to.
So I guess it might have been. So if that's the case, then it might have just been Gerard's playstyle.
Yeah, you can do any portion of what you have available whenever you want. So everybody's experience with the game is going to be completely different.
I was following a guy, Mr. Fields Wild Ride, on Twitter.
Mhm.
He was live tweeting his playthrough of it, and he found the main character to be utterly insufferable. Like, the actual writing of like his story was just like completely abysmal.
Well, that might just be because my understanding of Mr. Fields is also that he is just incredibly negative about this game in particular. I don't know too much about him, so but it sounds like he's somewhat biased.
Well, he enjoyed the Caligula effect.
But
Like, he can enjoy stuff. He's just very well versed in cursed content.
the other thing is that if something reminds you of something else, you will skew it that way out of desiring to make it similar to that.
So what you're saying is, because Right to Hell Retribution exists, people are shitting on this game.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, he was making several points.
That's
to it.
pretty
Just
much
felt
the only
exactly
reason
like Parks
people
and
are
Ride to
doing
Hell.
that.
What was that?
And
Missy?
it's kind of annoying because it's like,
Right.
it's not the same game.
Yeah,
Experience the game or watch somebody play the game before you sit there and you just knock the entire thing for no reason, you know? It's the same with any game.
Imagine if Chaos Wars, for all the glory of its shitty English dub and terrible grindy gameplay, got compared to the Disgaea series, which, while grindy up the wazoo, has actually a decent story. That series would never get a second chance in the States. And in fact, game companies have done it to their game series have done it to themselves. The reason we had when the Yakuza games came out, we only got up to 2 on the PlayStation 2. We skipped 3, and we didn't get 4 until the PS3, and that one was only in the dub because the sales numbers for 1 and 2 did poorly, and we missed out on Majima being voiced by Mark Hamill.
Oh shit!
And yes, he was pulling out his Joker impression for Majima, which makes sense given the character.
Shit!
But because it didn't sell well, because it shot itself in the foot, we're never gonna have that now.
Remember how in the trailer you see him being chased by a giant horde?
Yes.
That can actually happen. It's not just the trailer.
It happens in several points in the game, in fact. And while there is some...
But there are ways to avoid them, and there are ways to take out enough of them for you to get away.
Yeah,
Like, you can just throw a pipe bomb into the middle of them and then run.
Pipe bomb, gas canister, it is an experience.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you have the frame rate chug, if it's not a pro.
yeah.
And it's a basic crafting system, so it's not, like, super intricate, and you're not sitting there going, oh, God, how do I do this? You
It's
know?
not Minecraft levels of intricate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so...
You mind if I go ahead and take it from here, Muzi?
Okay.
Okay. Alright.
You got to go.
Alright. I didn't do much with my week. I did do a couple of things. I watched... I believe it's the Battle of Winterfell. From Game of Thrones.
I believe it might be.
Oh, you mean like
I'm not
the...
sure.
Yes, the latest episode of
Oh,
Game
where
of
people are
Thrones.
complaining it's too dark to see?
Well, yeah, so the complaint apparently has to do with that that modern commercial TVs don't have the same standards as they did for when they shot the Winterfell scenes. So it's that the blacks don't come out right. It's the same thing like when we play like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, and you have to set the darkness settings wonky because otherwise you can still see it too well.
Yeah, we have to, especially since YouTube videos tend to darken, you gotta bump the contrast a bit.
Right. So basically the cinematographer was basically saying you guys don't have your TVs optimized right.
Oh, people do.
Which comes off pretentious as fuck.
Here's the thing.
Absolutely.
But that's his defense.
Here's the thing. A lot of people's TVs are optimized. The problem is what they recorded. Everything just looks black because it is just black. That's what's being registered.
Which is the other thing.
Essentially, what it is they're trying to film on 4K, and not everyone has 4K.
God, no.
I mean, people are trying. I think they're already trying to push 8K definition already.
Oh, God, that's just a buzzword.
I know it's a buzzword, but
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
not everyone has 4K, and so they're filming it in 4K and then wondering why people are complaining.
Exactly. So it's like, but my thing was more. But my issues with that episode more have had to do with what happened than actually watching it.
Oh, wasn't like everyone dying?
I was disappointed that everyone didn't die. And I should also mention, this is basically the first time I've watched a Game of Thrones episode from beginning to end.
Ah.
I have only seen snippets, and I've only seen memes otherwise.
And you've heard, like, of the Red Wedding.
I know of the basic story beats, I just don't know all the little intricacies.
Yeah.
But, like, this is what I will also say is that this is probably the best thing to happen for forgot his name.
George R. R. Martin?
Martin. Yeah, this is the best thing to ever happen to Martin. Because then he can go like, I see HBO. I take your gambits, and I'm going to make it better. Because remember,
We're in non-canon for the
we're
books.
effectively watching a Gecko ending.
That does remind me of one little thing that I don't know if we saw it in the
Have we
first-
ever had an American Gecko ending before?
Yes.
Where?
Can't tell you off the top of my head, but it's a common enough trope that I can believe that it exists.
Technically, I think Aragon fell into that category.
Oh yeah, well
There you go.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go, Eric. So we have a Gecko ending situation, which is going to be all the more better for Martin when he actually does decide to end this thing.
You know, I think we're the only ones who ever used that term gecko ending. Everyone else, I've only ever heard the term Gynax ending.
No, I think those are two different tropes.
Yeah, Gynax endings tend to be up their own ass.
And I was about to say God, something in my throat.
Our term.
Martin's reaction to that, saying, I'll do you better, reminds me of Igarashi after the storm of criticism that he received for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. He saw that, and they released a video on his channel basically saying,
We heard,
we hear you, and I'm going to prove you wrong, damn it. And
Yeah.
yes, they did the iconic Glass smashing scene one more time for good measure.
Yeah, because he did an update. I don't think we have that in our news.
We do not.
We do
I
not.
wanted to mention it here just because.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else on your end, dude?
Yeah, start up Minecraft again. Boy, had they changed things since the last time it was on, like 2-3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I think around the time you and I quit, they had done the combat update, or they were about to do the combat update.
Okay, because right now you can equip shields in the offhand as well as other tools, which have various beneficial effects.
Thank goodness for shields, right?
Yeah.
So they can
And now you can also swim underwater.
swim underwater. So many. You have a recipe book which will autofill what you need to make something, and will show you the components that you need, even if you don't have all the pieces necessary.
So no longer having to look up at the wiki to figure out what you need to do to make something.
So you mean I can't actually go through the official, authentic Minecraft experience like the good old boys?
Well, you could.
I mean, you could if you want to go back to circa 2010.
Yeah, if you want to go through version 1.7.
Fuck.
Other than that, just been rehashing some old Pokemon stuff. I did watch an interesting speed run of Cuphead, basically where the person was going through the Legacy mode, which is what they're calling the pre-patch version of Cuphead.
Pre-patched?
Yes.
They've made a lot of little changes here and there.
The main thing is that they, aside from patching things about hitting bosses off screen to deal damage to their phases, they've also added in hidden bosses, which I talked about a couple of episodes ago. And so basically, in the Legacy, because the Legacy mode affects certain factors about which bosses appear, they basically split it off that way. And I remember them talking about it. He beat the entire game with both S ranks in all the boss fights and pacifist ranks in all the run and gun sections in under 48 minutes.
I still have yet to get Minecraft on my computer.
I'm just processing that.
You can beat Cuphead in under an hour.
Yes, if you know what you're doing.
I'm hearing this and I'm just laughing.
You can beat Sekiro in half an hour.
I believe that.
Yeah?
There's some crazy shit you can do in FromSoft games.
Yeah, there are some very crazy shit. That's all I got. I'm passing it off to you, Legend.
So how was your week, dude?
How was my week? Well, my gaming has been largely repetitive.
Skyrim.
A little bit of that, but
Stardew.
Guys, come on.
We see it in the Discord, man. We see it in the Discord.
If it's not Skyrim, it's Stardew.
Come on.
Alright, what else have you been playing?
Well, besides indulging my crack addiction, as you both seem to indicate, I took my farming outside of the freaking game and decided, well, I'm going to try growing some shit that I can manage. That doesn't require a button press to grow.
You took one of the seeds from my plant that I gave you.
And that little jalapeno has been growing up. I call it Mordred, son of Artorias.
Really?
Yes. And I also made sure not to plant it in the original pot that the plant grew up in because it's a freaking legacy lol. And I also managed to get my hands on some Walmart jalapeno seeds, and because it's Walmart, I went ahead and named it after one of my all-time favorite Fire Emblem characters, Walhart.
So you have Artie, Morty, and Wally.
I don't shorten him that much, and I don't call them out by name, but there's that. Also been dealing with the Venus flytrap. That's fun. It eats bugs.
Is it living still?
It is still, in fact, living.
Holy
For now.
shit.
I said for now.
For now.
For now. But that's
There
not
are
the
no
thing.
guarantees.
The weird thing is that because the entire family's gotten wind of my little gardening hobby, they've started giving me commissions.
Oh yeah, your uncle is going to give you something.
Yeah.
To grow.
Yep. He said, hey, I need you to grow something. This fruit costs $50.
Old
Fuck!
Old Nick Legend had a farm.
E-I-E-I-O.
It's more like E-I-E-I. Fuck! Just, come on!
In case you're wondering what the fruit is, it's called a sugar apple, and it's grown in like Malaysia, Southeast Asia,
Malaysia,
South
India.
America.
Those hot places.
It's
Hot,
expensive
humid.
as hell to get here if you ever want to try it.
I actually looked up a video on how to grow them. You self-pollinate them with like a brush or something, and it takes 3.5 to 4 months for the fruit to ripen.
Yep.
Jeez.
And they're barely as big as an orange.
Yep, but the fruity parts are the size of grapes.
Oh yeah, because it's like this white custardy stuff around the black seeds.
So it's like a. So this thing is the size of
Of your fist.
of a fist, but the actual fruit is the size of your fingertips,
Pretty much.
Like a
Pretty much,
digit
right up
off-
to the
like a digit.
Yeah.
like a digit off of your finger.
I'll pull up an image what they are so Leo can see.
No, I've seen it before. I saw the image.
And there's more.
I almost thought it was like a mini durian.
Oh, it kind of is.
Yes.
But they're different enough tasting that they're interesting.
And not smelly as hell.
They are not smelly as hell. They're actually quite fragrant. And I'll also say that they're, how do I put it? Their best application is in ice cream. Was one thing that I saw.
Well,
So that's interesting.
but it's going to take about 1.5 to 2 years for you to start getting fruit off that thing.
Assuming it survives. Apparently they're really,
Yeah.
really stupidly hard to grow. And I was like, of course it's going to be stupidly hard to grow because the damn things cost $50 or plus. So
You're looking at videos on how to grow them.
I've been looking up everything I can about how to grow them. And then after that, I got a commission from my grandmother, who was recently widowed.
All right.
Which you cannot say
Can I
no
have
to.
some palm trees?
Okay, Legend. Maybe you.
Abuelita, por favor.
Okay. Hey, Legend. Why don't we start a greenhouse business together?
Yeah, you two can do that.
I guess we could. The only problems with having a greenhouse, in case anyone's out there interested in gardening, for whatever reason, watch out for the damn bugs.
Yeah.
Watch out for the goddamn bugs. And the humidity. Because,
Yeah.
my God, we had a funny moment. My dad went into the greenhouse while just looking around saying like, oh, hey, these oranges are looking... Sucks in a bug. And then the very next day, I come back, and the one fly strip that we had hanging from one corner of the greenhouse has not only been replaced, but backed up with one additional fly trap across every single corner of the damn house.
Your dad is pissed.
My dad was pissed at the bugs. I have been currently hosing down each plant individually with a mix of water and hydrogen peroxide to get rid of the damn bugs. And that's been an adventure. But besides that, besides the game and whatnot, I've continued to do practice for Dark Souls 3 whenever we do jump back into it. Trying out some different stuff, suggested by Chase the Bro, a Dark Souls 3 YouTuber who does a lot of gank spank videos.
Gank spank.
That's the term.
That is the term, and I've seen some of the shit that he's pulled, and if you want to get good at PvP in Dark Souls, watch this guy. My God, is he good at what he does. And if nothing else, you can enjoy the thumbnail pictures of anime waifus that he uses for every single video.
Alright.
So other than that, I believe that covers my week. Let's get out of the garden haze.
Well, it's now my turn to give my week.
Please.
I went to the doctor recently because I've been having an issue with my hand.
You're an artist, holy shit.
Well, yeah, about a month or so ago, I went to my regular doctor, and she said she noticed some muscle atrophy in my drawing hand.
That seems odd.
Yeah, so she recommended a hand doctor for me, and I just basically managed to see him finally. So, we're not entirely sure what's wrong with it, but I've lost muscle mass and there's sensation in my hand.
That's not good.
No, and he's found like some kind of lump like right in my palm, right next to my ulnar nerve, which goes from my pinky all the way down to my elbow.
The lump or the nerve?
The nerve goes from my pinky to the elbow.
Okay, and
The nerve is the cluster, the ganglion or whatever growth is right next to the nerve, possibly doing damage to it. So I gotta go for an MRI. It was going to be on Monday, but they had to reschedule because my insurance is being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're getting it fixed.
Well, yeah, and then I'll get the MRI, and then a couple of weeks later I'll see the doctor again for hopefully an answer to everything.
Right.
Let's see.
Hopefully it's just benign.
Anything beneficial to you this week?
Anything beneficial?
Or are you just going to talk about the blights?
Nah.
Out damn spot!
I started.
Well, he already talked about 2 good things that he did this week.
Yeah, that's true.
I started a Patreon.
Hey!
There you go.
For my artwork, and I guess by extension the YouTube channel.
The YouTube channel for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you guys ain't getting shit from this.
Well, because you didn't share us. It's not like we're getting anything from this channel to begin with.
Yeah.
I don't want any of your money. Don't worry about it.
Well, it's for any channel where I do video.
Right, it's for your stuff.
Right.
Your stuff specifically.
Yeah.
All
So.
right.
So
I'll provide a link to the Patreon. Just going to warn you, I will post not safe for work stuff, but the images will be pixelated, and you can just click on a link if you want the actual image, or like an attachment link if you want to download the actual image.
There you go.
So there's that.
Alrighty then.
Again, got to be 18 or older to be part of my Patreon.
You should be 18 or older to listen to this podcast.
Because if you're younger than that, what the fuck is wrong with you?
There's a reason why we haven't ever been monetized on YouTube.
The same thing that was wrong with us back when we were in high school. And that was, may I remind you, 10 years ago.
No, that was 13 years ago.
We're fucking old.
Yes, we are.
We're getting older.
Yes,
Dude,
we are.
Legend and I graduated in 2009.
Yes, I know.
And it is 2019 now.
Yes, it's 10 years
Dude,
since you graduated.
Yeah.
2003. I don't want to hear it.
Holy shit, it's almost time for our 10-year reunion. You want to go, Legend?
Fuck no!
No. Oh, hell no, I don't go to my reunions even though I live right near the school. One of the people in my class year is an Olympian.
Oh, hell no.
Oh god, that's a brag.
I know she probably doesn't have time to go to those reunions, but that is just not something I want to have to go.
If I went
She
to...
was really nice, but it's like, I don't want to have to sit there and go, crap.
Yeah.
I think I'm relatively safe, at least in my group. Plus, even with my shenanigans, I'm still doing pretty decently.
You had Cass in your year.
Yeah, so?
Fair enough.
No, I mean, like, what I mean is, like, I'm not going to have, like, oh, I started up a Fortune 500 business. I'm not going to have one of those.
Right.
Is what I mean. So I'm going to be relatively safe.
Right.
I wouldn't be sure about me, because if I went and I saw the person that I'm thinking of right now...
I know what you're thinking.
I know.
I would probably smash my elbow into his face.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I'm not bringing it up, but I would probably do that. I'm not going to that reunion.
Why don't we start with the news, because I think we've rambled on a little bit too much about the existential dread of becoming old.
Yeah. Anyway, I've also played a little bit of Minecraft. My first world turned out to be a bust because it was nothing but pine.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to need to ask you for help to make me a new avatar, but we'll get into that later.
Oh, a new Minecraft skin?
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
All right, let's go.
To the news!
Alright, first up, Nintendo had announced that there will be no new hardware being announced for the Switch at E3. So that means no Switch Mini or Switch Pro that people have
And no Switch price drop.
Right.
Dang it.
Yeah, the Switch is staying right where it
infamous for
is.
sending in, like, patent stuff just to cover their asses. And that's what people were basing all this off of. Nintendo's like, no, we're just working on different hardware. We're not releasing anything.
Right, but people want to know, so that way they can start the market speculation. So,
right.
But at least they came out and deconfirmed it and didn't let the rumor mill keep spinning.
Yeah.
So it just means we'll have to wait a year or two.
Right. It's probably going to be...
Essentially, probably what's going to happen is... Probably at E3, they'll probably, like, unveil this Switch bundle that's a bit cheaper since it's been out for a while.
Probably, but not to the
because
extent
they do that with almost every console after a while.
Yeah, they did do that.
Yeah, just not to the extent that we wanted.
Right.
No, but it's still a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What we're going to be getting is we're going to be getting games, and that's what I want to hear.
Right, which is...
Yeah, well, I'm good with that.
Give me Animal Crossing for the Switch, goddammit.
Do you have...
Oh, you know that's going to be one of the ones that they're going to hype up.
That's coming out in November. You're going to have to wait till Christmas for that.
Fuck.
We did... I think amongst the other things that's supposed to be... I don't think there's anything else related to that.
I do know Super Mario Maker's coming out after E3.
Yeah, and so is supposed to be Deus Ex Machina and a bunch of other things.
And my Mario Maker's all paid off, so all I have to do is pick it up.
Oh, there you go. All right. Next thing we have here, DMC5 producer confirms ended development, dashing hopes of playable Trish and Lady.
In short,
wasn't it 'cause some of
DMC5 is over and done with. There's going to be no DLC, no add-ons. We got our
Wasn't it 'cause
DLC
some of the
with the
team
Bloody
left?
Palace.
Sorry, Moose?
Wasn't it because some of the team left, so they couldn't do the DLC?
Well, here's the thing: is that people have delved into the files, and they found full-fledged models for Trish and Lady that hint at them playable, but also playable controls for Virgil. So this is why everyone was slightly triggered at this, because they were like, "When are you giving us playable Virgil?"
We're not.
It's
Go
like,
fuck off.
It's like, but you have all the stuff right here. Make him playable.
We're not doing it anymore. We're moving on to the next project.
But you have him right here.
Fuck off. Enjoy Bloody Palace.
How are you supposed to enjoy Bloody Palace?
With a lot of lube.
Oh yeah, I need to give you back that game. I've been meaning to do that. Sorry. But yeah, so that was relatively disappointing.
I think you just derailed Rado's brain there.
Oh, right. I loaned you DMC5.
You loaned me DMC5, yeah, not the gallon of lube.
I could hear the busy signal. Like,
oh, that was choice. That was choice. So yeah,
all right.
What do you think, Muzi Legend, to the idea that if there's playable content that was never implemented, should the developers say, yeah, we'll go ahead and make it playable for another $5, or should they just like, nope, we're not working on it anymore, we're done?
Well,
you figure if they feel like they're done, and they did give people a finished product of a game, there's not really much anybody can do about that.
Okay.
Yeah, like
the
nothing
team
about
have done their job.
Yeah, nothing about DMC5 felt unfinished.
Okay.
It felt like a full game in its entirety.
All right. Legend?
I'll just say that if the game feels complete, that's good. If they had unused content, that's neat. If they tried to ship unfinished, unplayable broken, bastardized, I don't want this in my game content, then we have lost eyes of it.
Yeah.
I think I've made my point.
I see. Okay, moving on.
Persona 5, the Royal Edition.
Oh dear God!
We did not need the article. You could have just done Persona 5 Royale, and it would have been fine.
With cheese?
Yes, because the joke was there.
I think you mean the Joker was there.
You can't prove that.
But it's more than just a re-release for the Switch.
Right. It has... Okay, it
A
has...
shit ton of extra content.
Yes.
It has extra content, 3 whole added months for a new semester.
Okay.
It's got somehow updated... it's got better performance, for one.
Mm-hmm.
It's also got, it's got a better UI. I don't know how you can get a better UI than what we got in Persona 5.
Optimize it.
How can you optimize it? It was so amazing. People were cosplaying as the battle menu.
Optimize it. I mean, that meme was quite enjoyable for several months.
Yeah, just 2 people dressed as both sides of the battle menu and just surrounding a character. Doesn't matter who it was from whatever game.
And you immediately become stylish.
Yes.
Hell, you could put that menu around anyone and it would look stylish.
Even around Mo from Simpsons.
Yes, they did. And yes, it was.
So there are at least confirmed 2 new characters in this game. The first is the one that everyone's been fangasming / detesting.
Yeah.
Which is Kasumi, who is described as a model ballet dancer or acrobaticist.
Who does not like the Phantom Thieves, but you know she's going to join the party anyway,
Because
given how she looks.
To know us is to love us.
To know us is to love us. And the second character is a new, aside from because the new girl is also going to be a new confidant, a secondary confidant that's added to the game.
Yeah, which is the school psychiatrist.
To come in after, a giant-ass sexual assault scandal leaks out at the school.
Where were you? Is my number 1 question.
Exactly.
Well,
where were you?
Exactly. So they were like...
Well, it was because the Kingpin principal, because he looks like the fucking Kingpin.
He does look like... No, he looks like the one mob boss that gets killed right away in Part 5.
He is that one mob boss that gets killed right away.
Polpo.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So he's that, but they're fixing that. Oh yeah, we left this giant plot hole. Let's fix that.
Yeah.
Have we ever had a psychiatrist in a Persona game?
No.
Have we ever needed a psychiatrist in a Persona game?
Yes.
Every single damn game.
Even in the other SMT games, you need a psychiatrist.
Of course you do.
Well, yeah, the whole games are about Jungian psychology.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
there's also the hint of a human Morgana. However, I have a feeling that has to do with the new dungeon that they're adding, which is a dungeon that's supposed to grant people's desires.
Oh, that's a trap
It
concept if I ever heard.
Yeah, it gives Morgana his human form. It revives Futaba's mother.
You know that saying about if something sounds too good to be true?
It probably is.
Isn't there a stand cameo from Part 3 that does this exact thing?
Stand cameo?
Yes. The stand is called Cameo. And it's
Hail to you, the
That
genie
one.
in the bottle.
that one.
Ah, that shit.
Yes, the one that has this exact power.
Yeah.
So
Hail to you, hell to you.
there you go. So
There it is.
I still think that given the because remember they are extending to a third semester, and the second semester ended off with spoilers. Morgana basically coming back in cat form because everyone kept thinking about him.
Right.
So it's possible. Spoiler over.
Okay.
So
I have to cover my ears up for that. I'm
So-
still playing through.
They also have added specialty either all-out assaults or techniques for the characters.
Yeah, like combo attacks, like
I'm not sure if it's a combo attack, but it is special attacks. Like they show Ryuji doing a plunging attack on Dark Souls.
Nice.
Makoto doing an ora ora ora.
And,
because it wouldn't be complete without one of those.
and Haru jumping on top of Truck Morgana and launching a barrage of her grenades at an opponent before Morgana rushes into the explosion.
Which I think actually kills Morgana.
And even a bomb animation of the Necronomicon dropping a bomb in front of a group of enemies a la all-out attack style.
In short, even Futaba gets to do an all-out attack.
So Futaba has an all-out attack.
Which automatically makes her better than any of the other scout characters in any of the instance for 3 and 4.
Yeah, you were about to say something, Musi?
No.
No.
Okay.
But, like, Fuka in Persona 3 was a... Yes, her name is Fuka.
Yeah, I know.
Is a simpering, wilting flower.
And then you have Rise in 4.
Rise in 4, who's not much better, to be honest. To be honest, I could not stand Rise/Risette in 4.
There are several reasons why I know you can't stand Rise, but I think those go beyond the scope of this podcast.
Oh, they get dwarfed by Teddy.
What do you mean they get dwarfed by Teddy?
Like, my issues with Rise are dwarfed by my issues with Teddy.
Oh, well, Teddy is a walking deus ex machina.
He's a walking deus ex machina and a load of shit and a shit tier person. He's a trash tier human being.
I am pretty sure you have enraged half the Persona fan base.
Fight me. Persona 2 was the best game.
If you said Persona 1 was the best game, then I would be questioning your sanity.
No. I just watched
I still question your sanity.
I watched a 2-hour review just until you guys came here. A 2-hour review of Persona 1, both the original and the PSP remake.
How did you come away from that?
It's not a perfect game. Both versions have their issues. The localization in the first one was cringeworthy.
Yes, as it should be for something that era.
Apparently, there were only 6 people working on the localization for the first one.
Yeah, because it was an ass concept to them. They think it wouldn't sell.
No, they tried to do everything to make it sellable.
Right. But that's what I mean. The management didn't think it was going to do well.
Right.
That's what I mean.
But anyway, I do think Persona 2 is pretty awesome. If only I could actually play it.
I still think people are just piling the shit onto Human Morgana for no good reason. Other than he looks like Akira but with blue eyes.
The only thing that's missing is a goddamn trilby.
Really?
Milady.
He doesn't have a neckbeard. That doesn't work. And
No,
he's not
but
fat.
No, but he still feels like a goddamn incel.
We're gonna have to talk after this. Any thoughts on your end, Muzi?
I have a feeling I'm going to have to get it.
Yeah, I think we're all going to have to get it at some point. Okay. Let's continue on to the next news article that we have.
All right, let me go ahead and pull that up.
We have Atlas teams up with Koei Tecmo for Persona 5 Scramble: The Phantom Strikers.
More Persona!
More Persona. This is a Switch and PS4 exclusive.
That features Dynasty Warriors gameplay.
Muso game with Persona.
I'm going to pass. I've mentioned before that I'm not a big fan of the Warriors franchise. The gameplay...
Yeah, that's not one that I'd probably get either.
The gameplay doesn't grab me.
I can see the need for, I can see the confusion in regards to the style conflicts, especially because of the way that, of all games, this is the one that gets the Muso treatment.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm open to the idea of this being a mob frenzy. Because there are plenty of, as Rado would say, shit-tier demons.
Yes.
That deserve to get whooped.
Yeah, like the slimes and...
all of the Jacks. Pyro-Jacks, Jack Frost,
yeah.
Jack the Ripper, etc.
Yeah, and they could all be led by
Essentially,
King
we're going to
Frost.
get to go through all of these baddies and just, slice the crap out of them and shoot them.
If they had done Shin Megami Tensei 4 Muso, or dare I say even Shin Megami Strange Journey Muso, I think this could work. If it was the Shin Megami games, because those are supposed to be outright wars.
Yeah.
Like outright thousands of people are going to die. Or heck, you could even do the Overclock series, the strategy, the turn-based strategy.
Yeah,
ones.
Devil Summoner Overclock.
Devil Summoners. You could even do the Devil Summoner license.
Yeah.
And those equally make sense because that's about Tokyo getting overrun by demons and the National Defense Force getting their butts handed to them.
I actually looked up the timeline for the Shin Megami Tensei series is a mess.
Oh yeah, it's a mess.
Because the initial games were called Megami Tensei because they were based off of the Megami Tensei book series.
Yeah, these were based off a book series.
Whee!
But
and then when they made their own, decided to say, let's take in stuff from both the games and the books and make our own shit called Shin Megami Tensei.
Right.
And then they did Shin Megami Tensei If, which takes place not in the post-apocalyptic that's supposed to happen in Shin Megami Tensei, but in the real world where the apocalypse doesn't happen, but demons happen, and that leads into the Persona series.
Right. but my point is this. You don't put a war-based game surrounding thieves, because thieves do not take on hordes of enemies.
But they're marketable!
And that's why we have this game.
And that is it, because once a Persona game is finished, Atlas will shill it out to anyone that can make a game for cheap.
To be fair, that's how we got Persona 4 dancing all day.
Dancing all night.
Dancing all night.
Yeah, and then we got Persona 3,
And
Dancing
then we
Moon Knight,
3 and 5.
Dancing Star Knight.
And then we even had Persona 4 Ultimax, the fighter game.
Yeah,
So-
2 Ultimax games of that.
Well, one was the original, and then they had to do the rebuff version. But
I thought that was a sequel.
no, it's the same game, but they had it in a shit ton of characters, and they fixed some of the plot stuff and added patches and stuff. It's like going from Street Fighter 4 to Super Street Fighter 4. It's a fighting game thing, don't question it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's hinted to be coming out not later this year. I think in 2020 they said.
It's coming out. Persona 5
Royale.
The Royal is coming to Japan on Halloween.
And everyone else can wait till 2020.
Yep, because
Yep.
it's probably going to take 6 goddamn months to do the localization.
Right.
Actually, it took 7 for,
Well, when it was supposed to come out, Persona 5, right?
in 2014,
No,
originally.
Valentine's Day 2014.
Huh.
Considering what happens on Valentine's Day in game, this amuses me.
Well, that's only if you stoop every single chick.
Well, which is a tradition in the game. But barring that, we'll see when it actually comes out. Phantom Striker, I don't think Phantom Striker has a release date then.
Okay.
But either way, those two are in development and they are being worked on.
Yep.
Let's go to another game that is being worked on, Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh boy! You know that I've always said that my favorite characters in these Fire Emblem games are the villagers.
Yes.
The fact that every single fucking character can now be fully customized. Oh, it's Christmas!
So, basically,
He's drooling.
Yes, he is.
every character will...
Not on the carpet, please.
Come on. I just can't contain
Then
it.
get a towel.
I tried. It's still coming.
So, the thing is, every character starts as either a commoner or a noble. That's just a title thing. They both start off with the same goddamn stats.
Yes, and then you can make them go wherever the hell they need to go.
Which is how the teaching mechanic comes into play.
Yeah, and apparently, depending on which house you choose, they have different percentages of certain things. The red house has more spellcasters.
Okay.
The blue house has more, like, cavaliers and lancers.
Okay.
And the yellow house is more like
Bows.
bows.
Bows. So you can choose your preference from one of the 3 houses to
Considering,
influence stat growth, I assume.
Yes.
considering that I was actually planning on diving into the red house, I'm basically imagining myself as the professor telling a whole bunch of nerds, "Do your goddamn push-ups."
Are we basically trading? Pokemon houses at this point? Because you're going for red, I'm going for blue, and Rado's still stuck with his yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we basically traded.
Yeah.
I never really. Well, I don't know.
Although our color scheme for the Stardust Hunters is me blue, Leo red, Legend green.
I'm growing a lot more shit now, so it's more appropriate than ever before. Anyway.
Did you tell me that your least favorite D&D class was a druid? You are basically becoming one as we speak.
Why do you think
No,
I'm
Legend,
trying to avoid
you're
this?
actually using shit to grow more.
Yes. You're actually using shit to grow more.
So he is a druid now.
Well, just consider this from this perspective. I am actually growing something in the damn greenhouse. I've got several games now that involve farming in some way, and I'm considering picking up Minecraft, which will just exacerbate this problem. And now you're asking me to continue this trend by shifting my ass over into the druid class so that I can annoy you with my plant stuff even more.
Yes.
Is this what you want?
Yes.
Is this what you're trying to sell?
Yes.
Fuck that!
You want the pillow, dude?
Oh, I don't need
Okay. One of the other features that is being touted is that you have levels in the classes that you build up into.
Yep,
And you can switch between classes. If you want like a certain ability in this class and then want to jump back, you won't lose any of your levels.
Which means we are transitioning away from Fire Emblem and more into Final Fantasy Tactics.
Is this a bad thing?
No, because it allows for more customization in your characters.
Which I adore.
Which also means you are not going to be as pigeonholed into someone who rolls terrible on their stat throws.
Then there's more to this anti-pigeonholing. Sorry, before I go into it, Rado, what do you have to say?
I was going to say, they're also pulling in something from Fire Emblem Echoes.
Oh, so you are talking about what I was thinking of.
Yes.
The, oh shit, I fucked up, rewind button.
Yeah, in that game it was called Mila's Turn Wheel because you were given an item that allowed you to turn back the clock a few rounds to avoid bullshit.
Ah, the turntable.
Yeah.
Flip it up, put in reverse.
Yep. Oh, are you talking about the time turner?
Yes.
Yes. It's basically the time turner. You can only use it a set number of times a battle, and then it resets for the next battle.
All I have to say is it makes it easier than retrying the whole goddamn mission.
Yes, and I appreciate this.
Yeah, and it's also amiibo compatible in that game.
A meeple.
I can't English today, but bear with me. Apparently, the main character's ability, thanks to that mannequin chick that he's talking to, allows him to rewind time in order to avoid tragedy, so that's his Mila's turn wheels of sorts.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Alright.
What people are complaining about is the female character's design.
In that it's what?
Like both main characters look like a complete clutter of mishmash, different types of armors and outfits.
Oh, so Dark Souls syndrome.
Yeah, and they're complaining about what the hell the main character female variant stockings look like.
They're complaining about her stockings.
Why? At least she has stockings. It's not like
my god, it's like high school hazing all over again.
No, it's like Mortal Kombat.
They've got to find something to complain about, or they're not happy.
They're complaining because it doesn't look combat practical. It's a Fire Emblem game.
Have they not
No
seen?
one looks combat
Oh,
practical. And when they do, they're overly so, just for comedic effect.
They are getting Mortal Kombat woke there, Legend.
Get woke, go broke.
Yep.
There's a reason this thing exists.
Okay, let's see the image just because I haven't seen it in a while.
Okay, hang on. Are we actually trying to Google this character's stockings on live recording?
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see why people would complain. It's pointless, but I see why.
Like,
she's a school teacher. Let her have her fun.
oh yeah, here's the full outfit.
They
It's
only get so
fine.
much fun. Come on.
It's fine.
Hell, if you stretch your imagination, you could pretend that's chainmail.
Apparently,
Never mind.
no,
That's lace.
that's stockings with a specific pattern on them.
Though to be fair, I could argue how people would say it's like they're torn anyway. I can see that.
Yeah, and they're like, she has one protector on one knee, not on the other.
The
I mean,
other one
that
fell off.
I mean, it's typical fantasy exploit. What do you expect?
Oh my god, I just realized her actual robe is like the professor, like the graduation gown.
Yeah, like the old professor gowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boozy, you there?
Okay, just making sure we didn't lose you. All right.
I'll go ahead and link it to you so you can see it as well.
We would love to get your reactions to this.
Alright, here's her outfit. And she has like this kind of bone sword.
Okay,
I've
cool
seen hers.
concept, but
What do you say, Mizzy?
I've seen worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's Final Fantasy. It's not Final Fantasy.
It's
I'm sorry.
fantasy style armoring.
It's fantasy fair. What do you expect?
It's not meant to be practical looking.
Yeah.
It's meant to look all fancy.
What was the one that was really padded out because of the realisticness of it?
What are you talking about?
PC game sword and board type design.
Okay, I kind of think of Morehound.
No. It was a RPG, but you were playing as Henry. Limited save system. It came out last year. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it either.
Yeah.
But look, let the artists have
Kingdom
their fun.
Come Retribution.
There you go.
Kingdom Come. This isn't Kingdom Come Retribution. We're not going for historical accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And like the male characters dress normally of sorts, and the female is being dressed skimpily.
May I
as normal as you can get in a Fire Emblem game.
Exactly.
Yeah, and hell, remember, Azura in Fates was dressed in priest garb.
More like dancer garb, but whatever.
Well, she is a dancer. She's dressed in dancer garb.
No, if you want to really talk complaint, I'm trying to remember the name because
there's Olivia from Fire Emblem Awakening off the top of my head. There's Tiki, which sends people to jail.
Charlotte.
Good God.
Good God. Did you already say Aversa?
I did not say Aversa. Thank you for reminding me about Aversa.
Let's put in Aversa.
There's Tharja.
And her OC
and
ripoff.
Every single clone of her that ever came after.
There's Nyx.
There's too many.
There's Nyx.
What's up, Lucy?
There's too many.
There are a lot.
There's Nyx, who's literally jailbait immortal.
Oh.
I just mentioned freaking Noe. I didn't mention Noe.
And Odin. Odin even gets in on it.
Yes. Look, we gotta have some equal representation of skin showing across the male class.
Well, Hawkeye covered most of the old series for the longest time. He was a barbarian, and he literally just wore the Conan waistcloth and some greaves.
Wasn't that also the Vake in Awakening as well?
Well,
Vike. Vike, yeah, also.
Enter the Vake.
Well, even Dorcas and Bart didn't have that, but so someone had to carry it up on the side.
I say, stop trying to desexify these characters.
Just enjoy it.
They're fun.
So just enjoy the silliness.
Yes, enjoy the
fantasy.
silliness. Thank you. Let's keep going on then. I think we basically covered the important stuff from that.
A Hat in Time gets a new DLC.
Legend. I remember showing this to you. Did I show it to you or did you show it to us?
No.
I dropped that bomb on the channel, I think.
Yes, I had seen it before, and all I could think of is, boy, the pun is going to kill everyone.
Oh, yes.
The Yakuza Metro.
Yeah.
My God.
Because they're cat Yakuza. Do you get it?
Yes. And Hat Girl is wearing a cat smiling mask, and that is the most dangerous looking thing I've ever seen.
No, that is the most memeable thing I've ever seen.
It is.
Oh, and her doing that weird dance to lo-fi hip hop.
No, that's the smug dance. That was a meme for quite a bit.
It still is.
Well, yeah, with that mask on plus the smug dance.
The thing that stood out to me, there were two things, and one of them we'll be getting to in a bit. But my thing was the head of the Yakuza. That character is something else.
Oh yeah,
I can't put my finger on it, but there's something awfully awesome about this character, and I can't put my finger on it.
Well, she is pretty weird looking.
It's not that. There's more to it. I think it's the voice.
Do you remember Cats from Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Yes.
This is his sister, basically.
That, and she packs a literal wallop. You see her ice another cat thing on camera. You're right in front of you, and then she turns to Hat Kid and says, "Don't let this be you."
I mean, that's what they would do in a typical Mafia game.
Yes!
And I mean, we already had her messing with the Mafia from day one.
Messing with and befriending the Mafia, as well as selling her soul to an Eldritch Thing.
That was actually the DLC 1, by the way, where she basically has to do a bunch of death trials to appease.
The Snatcher.
Yeah.
No, I mean the stature was there before the DLC.
Yeah, no, but the DLC is literally the same thing, but more.
Okay then.
Anyway, so the other thing that this little update, the DLC releases, is the online party mode.
Good fucking God. There will be chaos.
How many can you have in a party?
50.
Wait, I'm sorry?
50.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Well,
Your thoughts on that, Moo?
Slug dances going off simultaneously,
Your-
and you have this game.
Your thoughts, Moozy?
Oh, good lord.
I mean, that pretty much covers it.
Yep.
Speaking of weird cat people, do you miss, what is the one with Rigby Moozy? What is his name? The Telltale detective game.
Oh,
The one that's fairy tale inspired.
Wolf Among Us.
The Wolf Among Us. Do you miss The Wolf Among Us? Do you wish you could play as a cat? And here we go with Black Sad Under the Skin.
This was a very oddly specific request.
So, I'm not fully familiar with Black Sad. He's a comic character, right?
I'm assuming this is based on an existing franchise, but it's basically the same thing minus the... but instead of doing based off of Fables, Aesop's Fables, it's just like Private Eye Zootopia with a bunch of anthropomorphized characters.
Essentially.
A lot of things have been coming out that are kind of darker versions of Zootopia. There's Black Sad, and then there's Beastars.
What is Beastars?
It's a manga.
That basically is...
Darker version of Zootopia. It literally where herbivores and and carnivores try to live together. And the first thing that happens is that an herbivore on campus has been eaten. Carnivores have to be really careful around herbivores, as one scene showed a carnivore accidentally ripping off an herbivore's arm.
Because, nature's scary.
And the main character is a gray wolf by the name of Lugosi.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Ha. Ha.
And he's
Huh.
actually the biggest dork of them all.
The name's dorky.
The name is dorky.
Yeah.
It is the dorkiest of dorks.
And he's like the stagehand for the drama club, and the lead of the drama club is a red-tailed deer that actually acts more like a carnivore than the actual carnivore.
Well, you know that there are some deer that do have a taste for flesh.
This deer actually does eat meat. Because he becomes the boss of the Yakuza. That are
sorry?
all the Yakuza are lions.
I don't think I
I'm
like
sorry? I expected a mouse, not the lions.
I don't like this new version of Agretsuko.
Honestly, guys, you do need to check out Beastars. I highly, highly recommend it.
I will have to take a look at this.
It's really good.
Somehow I think we got derailed, though.
I know, we got derailed, but basically...
You're shilling for this comic.
I'm shilling for this comic because it's getting an anime soon.
So's Vinland Saga.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, Vinland Saga looks good. Anyway, so Dark Set, it has...
Black Sad.
Black Sad is coming out soon. Take a look at it if you want. Let's talk about some movies for one moment. And no, we're not talking about the one that just came out. That's at the end.
Yes.
Let's talk about some earlier good movie news.
Yes, let's talk about the good shit.
Like Fast and the Furious 9. Wait, what?
Keanu Reeves and John Cena are coming to the Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
I swear, you are not living in the year 2010 when the Expendables came out.
Okay, I just have to say that I really didn't see this coming, and that doesn't cover it.
We have the spin-off movie, featuring
Hobbs and Shaw.
featuring Jason Statham and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson coming out this summer. And now you're telling me that the next actual entry is going to have Monsieur Juan Cena and
John Wick.
and John Wick coming out. Good
Keanu
Lord.
Reeves is going to be in the spin-off, and John Cena is going to be in the next actual franchise movie.
Okay.
Okay.
I would love for John
So
Cena
we're
to make
getting Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham, Idris Elba, and Keanu Reeves in one movie.
I would like to remind everyone who has not actually seen this series, this was supposed to be a dorky drifting series. This was supposed to be a dorky drag race series that did not go anywhere. It was supposed to stop after 2.
How is it that we're now on
9?
probably more?
No, it's 9. The official number is 9 plus a spin-off.
We're still here because it's so ridiculously over the top that it's fun.
Not even death could stop this because they literally had one of the main guys die, and the series is still going.
I know, and we keep hearing the song for the end of that on the radio.
And
To be fair,
a lot of people are thinking that the reason that John Cena is going to be in the next, actual franchise movie, 9, Dwayne Johnson's not going to be in it.
They need another wrestler.
Well,
So they think that Cena's character might have to do, with the cop angle, like Dwayne Johnson's did. So he's kind of like the cop replacement type deal.
Gotcha.
At least that's what
Cena
people are
does
thinking.
look like he could play a cop.
bear in mind he was Fred's dad.
Fred's dad?
Fred, you remember Fred, everyone?
Please tell me we're not thinking the same.
Yes,
Fred.
that Fred. John Cena is Fred's dad.
We live in a dark timeline.
We live in a very dark timeline, but not for this reason.
I'm just waiting to see the John Cena cameo in Parabellum or something.
Anyway, we have a new little bit of tech that's coming out in October, which is the Capcom Home Arcade.
Which gives you 16 games and a giant-ass 2-player arcade pad?
Question, does it have Mega Man?
No.
Ooh,
It has-
strike one.
It has Street Fighter, it has a bunch of their arcade games that came out.
It has Mega
Actually,
Man the Power Battle.
I was about to say, I remember it does have that game.
Lucy, why don't you tell us a little bit more about this, because I'm a little dark on this.
Yeah, I didn't really know much about this one.
So it basically has a bunch of games that unless you were playing arcades in the 80s, you wouldn't know about, and even then a couple of these are imports.
Yeah, let's see.
But the important thing is to click on the link and look at the actual stick itself.
Legend, get over here. And look. That's the actual pad.
That's the pad.
It's basically as big as one of those arcade pads.
It's basically big enough that you and Radio could sit side by side and play on it.
Without being cramped.
It would be cramped, but it is impressive that they're making
it's just the logo. It is just the Capcom logo as the design.
That's the Capcom logo.
Yeah, so the games in it are 1944, The Loop Master.
It's a shooter.
Alien vs. Predator, which is, I believe, another shooter as well.
No, that's a beat 'em up.
Oh, it's beat 'em up.
Armored Warriors, Capcom Sports Club, Captain Commando, Cyberbots, Darkstalkers, Eco Fighters, Final Fight, Ghosting Ghouls, Giga Wing, Mega Man the Power Battle, Faux Gear, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Strider, and Puzzle Fighter 2, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
I thought you said there wasn't a Mega Man in this.
It's not a conventional Mega Man game.
It's a fighting game.
It's a fighter.
So it isn't a Mega Man.
It isn't a Mega Man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of why. It's like yes, but not really.
It's not the biggest throwing of salt in your face
Yes.
I've ever seen.
So look, if you can look at this thing, it is 74 centimeters long.
Which 74 centimeters.
Yeah, that's going to be around here.
Yeah.
Just under 3 feet.
Just under 3 feet. So
Dang.
yeah, it's a tight squeeze for two people to be side by side.
That's about as wide as an arcade cabinet is.
Right,
It is.
and that's what it's emulating.
Yeah, so it's emulating the cramped, congested feeling of an arcade cabinet.
I mean,
But is it emulating the nickel and diming of the era? That's the real question.
well, I mean, I think this thing is supposed to be like 120.
Yep, there we go.
I'm trying to remember what the price of it is.
I'm clicking the pre-order now.
Just go to the Capcom store. We just need to get a price.
Yeah.
229 euros. So 229 euros. If you can you do the conversion for us, Rado?
Euro to dollar.
Put in 230 just to round it.
All right.
230 euro is about how much US? $260, not including shipping.
Not including shipping.
I doubt we're getting free shipping for this shit.
Oh, of course not.
No.
Oh,
This thing-
hell no.
Yeah, so like a lot of people are like, yeah, for this particular product. So
Yikes! Yeah.
But if you're a collector, I suppose that'll do.
Let's go over some funny tidbits before we get to the main meat of the story.
League of Legends player got banned for posting Avengers Endgame spoiler.
We can't have that shit. And I'm actually kind of on the banner side for this. I haven't seen Endgame yet, damn it.
Riot Games was like swinging the ban hammer on people who were posting spoilers on the game itself, because essentially what it was doing is it was causing a bunch of turmoil in the game.
More so than just a normal toxic league play.
Yes.
Yeah, they were literally like trolling to the point of like almost revealing me and causing a complete uproar.
I mean, I saw
And so they're like, fine, we're gonna, swing that ban hammer around. This dude only got a 3-day suspension. So, I mean, it's not like he's never gonna get to play on his account again.
He's probably back to
After
playing again.
realizing why they did that to him, he's like, okay, I earned that.
Right. Yeah, no, he fully did it knowing that something was going to happen.
He's like, I completely deserve this.
Right. I saw a clip of someone saying, give me skins or I'm going to spoil Endgame.
Oh,
People
wow.
were being real dicks about it.
So I don't know. I think it also might have been from League of Legends. I'm not sure. But if that's true, like, yeah, that bans like that would be well deserved in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm all behind, game companies like this, at least doing like temporary suspensions to try to get it through people's heads that you can't be such a dick like that.
Yeah, you can't be a dick.
Yeah. If I can go on a side tangent for a quick moment about Endgame.
Yeah.
It's made like almost $2 billion so far.
Yeah.
On the first day.
It is this close to unseating Avatar as the highest earning movie.
And there's my next thing. Does anybody remember
next
a
weekend,
goddamn
it
thing
will
from
have.
Avatar?
I remember blue furry smurf sex.
Tail sex. Loose furry
James
tail
Cameron
sex.
is crying himself to sleep every night now.
Any actual cultural footprint from Avatar at all?
Oh, I remember there was a ripoff of Last of the Mohicans.
No, I mean from the actual, like, there's no actual... Avatar is a $3 billion nothing. It's a void. And that is why James Cameron is so pissed off.
Ah, I see.
Because no one
All
remembers
of
jack
movies
shit
that
about
are
Avatar
on the
other
top
than it...
10 list just keep sinking lower and lower and lower.
Yeah.
Movies come out. That's why he's crying himself to sleep at night. He has to be at this point.
Ah, I
Because
see.
all of the records that his movie broke that he was so proud of,
Yeah.
they're getting smashed by other movies.
And no... I know Disney's making an Avatar world. Like an actual area that's just the world of Pandora, right?
How about no?
Oh, they're doing it.
Okay, I'm just going to check just for the posteriority. When did Avatar come out?
2010, I think?
2009. It has been 10 years since that movie came out. And what have we seen aside from that? Because wasn't that supposed to be a 7-movie series?
Yes, it was.
Oh, they're going to be working on 2.
Oh, yeah,
He
they
was
now...
waiting
years
for-
after the fact.
Underwater filming technology to develop.
James
Oh,
Cameron,
God,
you are
man,
so
just give
far
it
up your
up.
own ass, you're eating your own shit.
Is James Cameron our, not Guillermo del Toro, the one who did Daikatana?
This
John
is the
Romero?
same idiot who got mad at Mythbusters for disproving Titanic to the point where, hey, if she'd have scooted over, he'd have lived.
Yeah, I was
They
just-
used actual science. They recreated everything he put in his movie
And he was being a butthurt
and
little bitch
proved
about
that
it.
he was wrong.
Yeah, I do recall that way back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been 10 years. He hasn't done really anything with it. He feels like the John Romero of movies right now.
Yeah. Because... Oy.
All right, we have one quick story to quickly cover through before we go into
The big...
the big story. Testiculos the nut.
Okay, you're going to need to elaborate here.
Apparently, this was a character from Assassin's Creed Odyssey movie. Am I right?
Yeah, apparently.
And
Must
so
be
now
one
he
of-
is fully playable. Now he's fully recruitable in the Assassin's Creed game mode with backstory.
Who is this motherfucker?
Why does he have this name?
Because apparently the people at Ubisoft are just as mature as us.
I can't tell if this is a great place to start waving your flag and saying, one of us, or just go like, the fuck are you guys doing?
No, this is where you bring out the nut button and start slamming it.
So, let the immature joke sink in.
They were already made. They were
Because
made the moment this character was conceived.
That's
They were
okay,
made
he's been
before his
separated
character
from
was
his
conceived.
half-brother Testicles.
once the nut leaves your mind, we're going to enter a world of pain.
Oh.
Please don't tell me it involves castration.
No.
Unless you happen to be a veterinarian that specializes in hedgehogs.
Oh, we're going to be talking about that, aren't we?
All right, let's get started.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Can I lead the charge? Can I lead the charge?
Go
Please,
ahead.
I would love to lead the
Gotta
charge.
go fast.
Oh, gotta fix fast. How many hours did it take before the freaking Sonic trailer freaking made the internet shit all over it?
0.5 seconds.
Not barely, yeah. Like, you took one look at that horrific Uncanny Valley look of the face that they had early on, and you had... I saw, like, trauma on every single viewer's face. There was young,
No, it's
who actually...
my childhood. My childhood.
Exactly.
I saw Vinny from Vine Sauce, his reaction to it. Literally, the second Sonic said, gotta go fast, he went, no!
I saw young, who was probably one of the most mild-mannered and pretty, like, chill dudes, post on the freaking title of his video, "This movie needs Jesus."
And I saw a tweet from someone I follow who told me that his mother played all the original Sonic games, Sonic 1, 2, 3, and
Yes.
Knuckles. And his mother, reacting to the Sonic trailer, was going, "Begone, Satan! Not my Sonic! Not my Sonic!"
Yeah.
I saw Stephen Colbert react to this and made some pretty choice stuff that actually made himself laugh on camera.
Once it gets to that point, they have no choice but to go and fix this.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
this is going to be completely... This is probably 100% true. They did this on purpose.
No,
I agree.
you
with
can't fuck up this badly on purpose.
No, I agree. I kind of want to agree with Laredo on this one. I think this was a planned, calculated decision. I think this was to bait out the initial backlash and then go ahead and replace it with what he's actually going to be. This is probably a test model that they used.
I'm not going to dive into a conspiracy theory until I see the actual hard facts.
You're not going to see...
Otherwise, you're more or less the same as a flat earther.
Yeah.
A flat...
We're going to have some conversations about how some choice words for
I'm
you
sorry.
after this.
A flat earther is a joke. An anti-vaxxer is an abomination on humanity. Oh, hey, Jim Carrey!
Oh, dear.
So, I'm not sure when... Was this known prior to the trailer coming out?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Because I guess I just didn't know that because I don't pay attention to celebrities' lives that much. But Jim Carrey is Dr. Robotnik, and that's the only other face that I recognize. Because not even Sonic's voice actor is of anyone noteworthy, if I recall.
It's not even Jaleel
which
White.
is fine. But it's like, you gotta give us something to actually lure us in.
Right.
And showing us that hedgehog does not lure us in.
Also, I've seen this being compared to Hop.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, the initial same style, how to introduce Sonic into the real world, they're doing that nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I saw a scene-for-scene comparison of Sonic in the car versus Hop.
The Hop character, yeah.
Yeah, in the car.
But we're not gonna really know much of anything until they actually give us the finished product.
Right.
I gotta ask you guys, are we going to go see it?
You know you are.
I didn't go see the Emoji Movie because I know that was going to be a pile of hot slag. This is just in the meeting ground that, like, I have to take a look at this dumpster fire.
Well,
I'm not sure yet.
Well, when you've got people who don't react to trailers, like the nostalgia critic Doug Walker saying, I need to go see this dumpster fire, when you have Stephen Colbert and fucking Fox News making reports about this goddamn dumpster fire, you have to go like, can you even fix this?
No, here's the thing. They'll try to fix how Sonic looks. They can't fix the broken messes, the plot of the goddamn movie.
Yeah,
No,
that's all.
see, I'll be smart, and I'll have my dad take me. And if he hasn't used his passes for the week yet, it would be free.
I mean, you have the connections that you can do that,
Yeah, we don't.
but it would be something to debate about. When is it coming out? In October?
It was supposed to come out in October. It might end up being delayed till next year,
We'll have to
given how they have to remodel everything.
They can't bring that anywhere in December.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Because if they bring that out anywhere in December, it's not going to make any money at all, because that's when the final Star Wars movie
It's
hits.
going to end up being a January movie.
It might be. It
Yeah.
might be if they decide to delay it. We haven't heard anything yet, but we'll have to wait and see.
And January is where people just dump the shit movies.
I mean, I think that's when the Emoji Movie came out. In fact,
We're basically, yeah, it's basically the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
so the last video game movie I remember seeing is Prince of Persia, which was
Okay.
it was a white guy playing an Asian dude, playing an Arabic dude.
better than fucking Dragon Ball Evolution, which I did go see.
Technically, if you want to count, Wreck-It Ralph was a video game movie.
Yeah, but Wreck-It
is
Ralph is original. Wreck-It Ralph is a much more original.
Yeah.
It just uses video game licenses to help establish the world.
Yeah. But still, Sonic looked better in that game than he looked in any of his
Oh
in
yeah,
that movie than any of his other games.
it's like so. Like here's one of the things I want to ask you guys. Why is it that people shit on animation as a thing for children?
Okay, are you saying that because it's for children, people shit on it?
No.
Or
Because
are they
it-
making
because-
the assumption that it's for children?
because it is animated, it should not be taken seriously as an art form.
Well, there is that argument that you did kind of hint at before, because animation is typically for children.
Right.
But
But we've seen many animations that are not typically for children.
no,
if
God,
it's
no.
got rated H on it, then my God, you're in for a
I
ride.
mean, even like the old the OVA for Stardust Crusaders,
Yeah.
like that was still not for kids, and even then,
Oh, dude, in the 80s, there was a lot of anime that came over.
Ninja Blade.
Urotsuki Doji.
There you go. So like,
Ninja Storm.
I'm just like, because that's my thing about why everyone is going towards live action now, is that they want to be taken seriously, air quotes.
Yeah.
Well, that might also be just like an outdated freaking interpretation.
I mean,
Keep
We-
in mind, I'm willing to bet this is the thoughts of executives
Right,
that
but-
have no brain, no heart,
Right,
no
but-
soul.
but that's what I mean. Like we've seen Hayao Miyazaki films. We know how gorgeous the animation is.
Didn't Spirit Away win the goddamn Oscar?
Yes, it did. You also have Howl's
Moving Castle?
Howl's Moving Castle.
That's
Freaking Love is War has fantastic animation, and I've gone on off. I've ranted on that one off camera.
Are you talking about Chica's dance at the end?
Chica's dance at the end.
That memeable motherfucking dance?
Yes.
Yes.
Is a marvel of animation masterpiece, but people don't take it seriously because it's a high school anime about two kids who can't tell each other they like each other.
If two tsunderes meet, will they ever confess? The answer is, we don't fucking know.
The answer is you need a mediator.
yeah.
Which is
The
what
answer
Chica's
is you need
which is what Chica's doing there. But.
Yeah.
We're-
All right.
we're-
What are you- what-
Any last thoughts, Muzi, before we go into a completely other tangent?
Oh, good lord.
we need you to be our
That's
chief.
all you can say for this thing.
Immediately.
And hope and pray that they somehow salvage at least how he looks at minimum.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. They're going to have to rework the entire modeling rig. The entire rig and skeleton for those animations. You know what that means?
Delays.
Delays, reshoots.
Yeah. I've heard some people claim that they don't need to fix the rig, they just need to fix the texture that's on the rig. But I don't know because I'm not into
His
that.
body looks like he's wearing a footy pajama outfit.
There are footy pajama outfits that look better
than
honestly.
that. Yeah, so
Besides
we'll have to.
that, there was one other thing that I kind of wanted to mention,
Okay.
and that was what ended up happening to Angry Joe.
What happened to Angry Joe?
I believe he used like 1 second of Gangster's Paradise and immediately got his video.
demonetized.
Yeah. By the way, Gangster's Paradise, really?
Like
That is not what I think of when I think Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, it's not. Mainly because that's actually a really dark and fucked up song.
Well, yeah, because it's describing urban violence.
And it's also apparently not describing Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
Wait.
And this dumpster fire.
Yeah, now if it was Shadow the Hedgehog, I think we could have some argument there. And even then, like, it's better than them ripping off Linkin Park, which everyone and their cat on YouTube has already done.
Confession time. First Sonic game I ever owned was Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, you poor child.
I was actually fascinated with the idea of Shadow the Hedgehog, to be honest with you.
And then they pulled the 1001 fan fictions. Do you know the story about that, Legend?
I'm not sure, but Muzi, did you say something there?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
You were saying?
The 1001 fan fictions, because not only do you have 5 separate endings, every conceivable path to each ending is considered its own path and has its own unique little subtitle for completing that particular route.
Actually, I think it was 9 endings.
It goes 1, 2, 3,
However,
It's like-
4.
however many endings there are.
No, it was 10.
However-
because there
okay.
was 2 for each of them.
10. So in the 10 endings, every permutational path to that ending is considered its own story
And you need to get all 10 of those endings.
to unlock the true one.
Yes.
But that does not unlock everything, because like I said, every possible combination to that path is considered its own story and has its own unique little title, which you only unlock by actually doing the darn thing.
I never did that.
It's about as mad as trying to complete all the support dialogues for Fire Emblem.
Oh, you brought up some wonderful memories, dear honey. Almost enough to
In other words, too much shit for a Sonic game.
Yes.
And
Okay.
actually, I first saw Sonic through the Sonic X TV show.
Oh, that has so many.
Look, you can give the show crap for all of the stuff that the dub team did, but there are some things that I will completely and utterly defend. Number one being the fact that they dropped a Sonic Says reference that absolutely roasted it. Remember, kids, don't use Formula 1 race cars to chase down hedgehogs. I will give them like 50 points for that.
And then you have to take away 1,000 for the entire Thorndike family.
I may have to do that. Maybe 999.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't deserve a round number.
No, you need to give it an obtuse number because 999 is equally round.
Okay, 978.
There you go, just to piss off their OCD-ness. Alright, what's coming up on the channel, Rado?
Okay, Kingdom Hearts is still going to be uploaded every Tuesday and Thursday. We're getting closer to the halfway point. I believe coming up we'll be doing Toontown or Timeless River.
Yay.
Or
again? Or no, that's in the
actual
in the
upload.
actual LP. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're starting Timeless River. In our actual recordings, we're finally at the halfway point.
Okay. Yeah, that's
We're past halfway. We're doing the second visit.
The second loop.
And thankfully, the second loops are a lot goddamn shorter.
I imagine so. Podcast still going to be uploaded
Every other Sunday.
And then hopefully we will eventually get something else once King of Cards. Will you hurry it up?
Well, if King of Cards doesn't come out, we'll have to start looking for something once we finish Cage 2.
Yeah, we'll look into that. If you have any suggestions, put it in the comments. We'll consider them.
Again, they got to be either Switch games or PS4 games or Wii games, because
Those are our systems.
that's
what we got to work with.
Yeah, or anything off of the SNES Classic, because I do have one of those, and we could
We
maybe
could record that.
we can do that, or maybe convince Legend's cousin to hack in another game or two.
Yeah.
He's actually more than happy to do that. He loves hacking.
All right. We will. I think that's the end of the podcast. This is Leo Force.
This is Rado,
This is Legend.
This is Smoozy.
and we will see you all in the next episode. Later, guys.